Okay, I'm back here in the kitchen, getting ready to clean the pantry. So, I've removed some shelves. There's the side shelves, which I'll show you in a second, are just these 1x4s, and they go, well, they're the side shelves. They go on the side, and I love this feature because they are only gonna be 1 can deep. So, put all my canned goods on the side. I like that. But I've got them here in the sink because I'm going to give them a good scrub, and then I'm going to clean and scrub the interior of this cabinet. Let me turn you around here. Show you the inside of the cabinet. Okay, so we've got the deep shelves in the back. I may or may not remove that contact paste. It's not really contact shelf liner, but I think it'll clean up pretty well, so I might not worry about it. And but it's going to need a really good scrubbing on that floor. And then this is where the side shelves go. There's a number of shelves, so I'll be able to really get a lot of stuff in this pantry, a lot of canned goods, and I'm looking forward to that. And then let me show you the fun feature of this little closet. You see, as we go up, there's ladder rungs going up the side, and they go up to, I'm trying to show you without getting the light bulb in the way, that hatch to the attic. I don't know if this attic over this kitchen part of the house is separate from the other attic, or if there's just something up there that it's easier to get to from here than going up through the main hatch. I don't know. And then there's that shelf that's about 9, 10 feet up, and a whole bunch of cobwebs. So I may or may not get step stool in here, try to vacuum those cobwebs out. That would be really good. And I do wish that I had a gallon of white paint, but I don't. But I think just a good scrubbing will get this as good as it needs to be. So that's today's big job, is getting this pantry set up. And I think, trying to think of my houses, I think this is the best pantry I have ever had in my life. I've never had like a separate pantry closet, and I'm really looking forward to this. And I really like the way this one is set up. I don't like the location of it. It's, like I said yesterday, it's in a weird place, but I might get used to it. I mean, it's right here. The island is right behind me, and whatever table that's going to eventually go here, I have some ideas. Or extending this island deeper so it can be a sit-at island. It'll be great because I can just go in the pantry and put the things here that I need for my meal, and then go over into the kitchen part. Now, I don't share my house with anybody, but if I did, like if this was if I still had children at home, also be nice because kids could come in here and get their snacks out of the pantry, or even go around this way and get to the refrigerator and not go through the work triangle over here, if, you know, that were a thing that mattered to me. But it does matter in a house. So anyway, I got some new plastic bins that I bought, and I have some old plastic bins that I've had. I know, sustainability. I also have wicker baskets and things, but you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So anyhow, I love organizing things. I don't love cleaning things, but I love having things clean when I'm done. So today might be a fun day just to get this shit done. So I'll share as I go. Ew. All right, it's shiny and clean. I've scrubbed the floor, scrubbed the shelves, scrubbed all of these shelves. It was easier to just run them under the sink and scrub them with some Blue Dawn to get all the grime off of them. So it looks better already. I also, let me turn around here, cleaned the louvers on the door, so they're good and scrubbed. And got on my hands and knees and scrubbed the brick floor. So I think it's time to let that dry. It's probably already dry. I could get the fan on. But I think it's a good excuse to go sit down in the living room for a few minutes, play some Sudoku or Wordle on my phone, charge my phone, and breathe for a few minutes until it's time to start. All right, good end of day, peoples. My day didn't go quite the way I planned, but as you can see over my shoulder, I got most of my pantry done. I'll give you, I guess, a tour. But I got everything washed, ready to go, and I was just waiting for everything to dry, taking a break, basically. And then I got done with my break and I came in here and I was started to empty the boxes, all the cans and jars and whatnot, onto the table here. And some of them needed wiped down. So I grabbed my wash rag and turned on the sink to rinse the rag, and I had no water. And then I kicked myself in the head, which is, you know, I do a lot of yoga, but it's quite a gift to be able to kick yourself in the head. Kick myself in whatever, and because I remembered, oh shoot, it's Tuesday, and you still haven't gone to the water board to have your water turned on yet. Put in your name. Now, in my past experience, they don't necessarily turn the water off if the house is occupied, but they did. So I called the water company, whatever, and found out exactly what I needed to bring with me, because the website was less than helpful. Let's just put it that way. And gathered up, well, one of the things I needed was a copy of my deed for the property, which I didn't have yet because I hadn't gotten it from the lawyer yet. So I called the lawyer's office. They were at lunch, left them a voicemail, and got to work on just sorting the stuff on the table. But I didn't video it because my brain was just french fried. So long story short, I was waiting for a call from the lawyer's office that my deed was ready to be picked up, and got that. But in the meantime, my friend Billy stopped by, and I told him what was going on. And he's like, well, let's just get some pliers and go out to the street and turn your meter back, turn the water back on. And I was like, oh, you can do that? Oh yeah, you can do that, because obviously you are supposed to be able to do that. So if you have a water break or something, pipe burst in your house, you can go out and turn the water off at the street. So it took us a good minute in 98-degree heat to find where the water valve was to this property. It is not in the front of the house where you would expect it. It's down at the end on the adjacent street, because remember, I own the lot to the side, and that goes all the way to the next street. And it was on that street. It wasn't on the street that my address is on. So it was kind of weird. And we found it. It was, you could tell it was recently, opened. And we turned it back on. So I have water. But then I got the call. I went and I did it. I had 2 different trips to the waterworks because the information they gave me on the phone this morning, while correct, wasn't, they left out some details. Let's just put it that way. So I had to come home. I had to set up my printer and print some stuff out that I had to take. And then I had to go run back over there before 4:30 and deal with everything. And it took way too long. But it's done. But then I asked the gal, she's like, oh, well, the crew will be out. They'll be out to turn your water back on first thing in the morning. And I said, well, can't I just turn it on at the street? Knowing I already had tonight, so I have water tonight. And she's like, oh, no, you can't do that. So in order not to get I thought there was a dead bird on my neighbor's roof. there is not. It's just something, but it's not a dead bird. Anyway, so in order not to get my hand slapped or charged with something ridiculous, I have to remember either tonight before I go to bed or first thing in the morning before I head out to go down. All right, that was a fuck up. My phone is almost full memory, and I deleted a bunch of stuff, but not enough. Anyway, I have to remember to turn the water off. So before this camera turns off again, which it probably will, I'm going to show you the pantry a little bit. So I managed to get all these shelves in this wall for all the canned goods. That's so satisfying. And then I got the deeper stuff here. That might need a little tweaking. I have some baskets that I'm going to put down there, with I don't know what in them. But for now, this works. And then this side is more, I have a lot more jarred stuff that needs to go on these shelves, but I ran out of shelves. So at some point, I'm going to, get to a lumber yard or a, hardware store and get another piece of 1x to make some shelves. But then, of course, I have to go buy some paint to paint the shelves so they're not raw wood. But it's very satisfying to have all of this like this. It just really is. And now I can, but there is still this stuff that needs homes. Some of it's empty, but most of this that's left here is dried herbs and spices. So if it doesn't go in here, it's going to be okay. And then there's some baking supplies, which I'm going to put on that bottom shelf. This is baking supplies, and then there's like chips and stuff over there, and nuts. There's some nuts in a couple different places. So if they don't, I might just put them in one of these bins or baskets for now and just stick them in there on the shelf, just get them off my table. But otherwise, that was my day. That was my day's work. And so tomorrow I get to relax just by driving 4 hours, 2 hours each way. But it'll be worth it because I get to see my sister. I get my computer back and my good camera back. And I still won't guarantee that these videos quality will get any better. But hey, it is what it is. So, peace out.